Hi friends, good morning everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. If you came to our channel for the first time, click on subscribe button. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the confusion and among these four documents, when to use which document and what is the business purpose we are going to learn today. So first of all, invoice, receipt, and next document, Okay. So we have invoice receipt, subsequent debit, and credit memo, and subsequent credit. Why I have given similar colors? Because they have a few similarities. So invoice receipt, for example, when you get the quantity, okay, you received 10 pieces of material by a goods receipt, against purchase order. Invoice receipt need to be created. You receive 10 pieces, means stock is involved, then invoice receipt needs to be received 10 pieces, you need to pay. Then you have to create invoice receipt, not any other documents. Need to pay extra amount for already received quantity. Okay. So maybe I think I can give like this. Need to pay extra amount for already received pay. For example, you created a purchase order for 10 quantity. You have received the 10 quantity. Vendor has sent you the invoice. You will do the invoice receipt. For all those things, Miro is the transaction. But we have 4 types. What are those 4? That's what we are going to learn now. So you receive 10 pieces. You have to pay that, so that you need to create invoice receipt. Straightforward. When do you use the subsequent debit? For example, 10 pieces of $100 you received and you paid. Later, since you create invoice receipt and you would have paid already, later the vendor was asking you to pay $10 more because of some additional charges or additional expenses, or some road tax are increased by the government, or any other reasons, or else he has some additional handling fees due to some other reasons. You agreed that to pay extra $10. At that point of time, you are not receiving any quantity. There is no receiving or anything kind of happening, but still you are going to pay extra. Here you paid $100. Here you're going to pay $10. There is no quantity you're receiving as extra. Again, I'm saying, if you receive extra quantity, you have to create invoice receipt, but you're not receiving any quantity, but you are paying extra amount. Okay. So here, quantity and amount, maybe that can give you a better idea. Quantity 10, amount maybe $100. Quantity amount $100. Here quantity 0. You're not receiving any quantity, so that we will, when you create subsequent debit, you will keep the same 10 quantity only. Okay, when you create the document. So, but for your understanding, I'm giving 0. But during creation, you don't give 0. You will give still 10 only. Amount $10. So you're not creating any extra quantity, just whatever in the document of purchase order, the same 10 quantity you're going to give. So there is no extra. I can say 10 plus 0. There is no extra quantity, same 10 you just give it. What is credit memo? Credit memo, you're written off 2 pieces, need to get the payment from the vendor, means the balances will be adjusted. For example, you are going to pay $100 due for him, or else here you can say $110 due for him. Then you want to ask that vendor to pay back $20, like that. Need to return the amount. Here, quantity to value $20. Based on your business requirement, you may not charge $20 from him, because right, as part of the procurement process, he spent time and shipping charges and all. Few companies, what I have seen, they take only $18 like that, because they don't charge full quantity when they return the material, because the vendor also has spent time to ship the goods and all the time, right? So they will bargain. And even recently, I see few countries where the shipping charges are huge. For example, if you take the countries like New Zealand or Australia, the shipping charges will be high, because mostly they use sea if they're using air freight. The far countries where you're procuring from the far countries, the shipping charges will play 20%, 30%, 35%, like that. So they may not have the vendor return process. Mostly they will adjust accordingly. So either the goodwill, or else the vendor will give you that damaged pieces as extra in the next shipment. And the current material, they may manage the price in some other way, but they don't do vendor return process. Again, shipping of 30%, sending back, it's waste of money, right? So in latest things, I saw that when they don't use mostly the vendor return process, because of the highly, like a huge cost of shipping charges. So now we understand that when you return the quantity, means quantity is getting involved. When you return the quantity, then only system will, you have to create a credit memo. So you can understand that invoice receipt and credit memo will involve with quantity, and subsequent debit is not involving with any quantity. So just for your confusion, only if I keep 0, someone may think that during subsequent debit you have to make the quantity as 0. No, you have to keep it 10. Maybe I can give you as a quantity. In Miro, you need to give invoice quantity only, means 10. Okay, for your understanding, I'm keeping 0 because there is no quantity involvement. Can say like remarks. Okay. So credit memo, you understand that if you return the quantity, then only you will get a credit memo. What is the subsequent debit? Need to charge vendor for already received quantity. Okay. So you need to send that one. For example, you received 10 quantity $100, but the packaging is not good, or else there is some little spillage happen. Not that it's not a damage or something, but he didn't pack properly when he is sending the 3-4 different kind of materials. So one of the materials, little spillage has come on the carton of other things. So the company has to change the carton. Okay, at this point of time, because the product is very good, but other material, for example, if you're buying some kind of oil and some clothes, everything you're keeping in one bag, that oil packing is not good. So that few points of oil has come automatically or little bit on the carton of the other thing. Then what will happen? Someone sees, for example, if you want to sell as a customer, when you see this data, when you see that enter the packaging, you feel like, oh, this material is not good. That's what the impression we get it, right? But actually, the material is good inside. So during that kind of cases, you cannot return the material. No need to return. Product is good. So the cotton you're changing. So maybe for each package, the cotton maybe $2. your each piece, for example, 4 pieces of 4 cottons you are going to change. So $8 you are expecting from the vendor. So here the quantity is 0 because you are not returning any quantity or you are not receiving anything, no quantity involvement, but you are charging $8 because 4 cottons are getting that oily kind of thing. So you want to replace with a new cotton. Each cotton costs $2. So in Miro, you need to give the same whatever the invoice quantity or what is available. So now I hope many of you, even our invoice receipt, the long video is there, right? They're also explained, but still I'm getting a few comments about this confusion. So I felt like, okay, let's make one video where I can provide you the clarity uh, about this process, when to use what document and what is the impact. Okay. So where the quantity is involved and where quantity is not involved. So I hope you got a good understanding about this. If you feel that video is good and it has given you enough knowledge, please share with your SAP circle. And if you like our videos, always share and go through the playlist, find the exact video what you want to learn. So keep learning, keep sharing. Have a good day. Good morning, friends. I hope all of you are doing good. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the 3PL concept. Many people ask like, what is 3PL? What happens in 3PL warehouse? So there are different scenarios are there. I want to tell you one inbound scenario. So how does the 3PL cases work? Okay. So let's take an example. Your company is using only material management. There is no warehouse management, but you have a 3PL warehouse. You set up a 3PL warehouse where a third party system will manage that entire 3PL warehouses, but your main system is SAP system. So let's take it, maybe this is the 3PL warehouse. Okay, let's take it. This is 3PL third party logistics warehouse. You can say this is your 3PL warehouse. So 3PL warehouse is doing the your operations of like receiving any trucks will come there. Okay. So the trucks can come here and receiving all those things are happening with your 3PL warehouse. So now when you see this data, for example, let's take it. This is your 3PL warehouse where the operations are happening, and this is your company. So the company is having the procurement, all the activities. Let's give some color. This is your plant, the where your main operations are happening. The plant is happening here. The plant. So the plant where you are creating. I'm going to tell you about a simple process. You created a purchase order. You created a purchase order. Created a purchase order and sent to the vendor. Okay, and the 3PL warehouse storage location in that the SLOC is SLOC equals to the 3PL warehouse. 3PL warehouse. Maybe you have one SLOC called 3PL warehouse. You are just given that 3PL warehouse related SLOC. Okay, you have given 3PL warehouse related SLOC. So is it visible, or we can increase the size of the font? Okay. So I'm just telling you about the one process, goods receipt. Okay, let's take the goods receipt. How does it happen? And maybe goods receipt. We'll see the goods receipt process. How does it happen? So you create a purchase order and with storage location as 3PL warehouse. 3PL warehouse may be available in 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer or else in the same place. Okay, the distance doesn't matter. You can give that way. If you have a different location, then the address can be maintained at the storage location level so that the vendor can know that way which location he has to deliver the goods. The purchase order is created, and if you are using confirmation control, then the inbound delivery is created. Inbound delivery also created. So first purchase order. After that, you have got the second document called inbound delivery. So once the vendor has sent you the inbound delivery on so and so date, for example, let's take it March 28th, 2023, we are going to get 20 pieces of stock. Okay. So now this the stock is arrived. So here there are different things, like few companies are using just a manual thing. They will send every day. Today we are expecting these 3 or 4 inbound deliveries numbers, so they will maintain the inbound delivery. These companies will not have a stringent interface things. Okay, or else you can use an interface. Whenever inbound delivery is created, you will send one API. For example, you can send like a flat file, or else you can send RF call. The data will be sent to this system. So they have the data of inbound delivery numbers. So inbound, let me use the word IBD. Okay, they got IBD 01, IBD 02, okay, IBD 02, IBD 03. Okay, so all these documents are available with them. Like I mentioned, that you can use an interface automatically whenever inbound is created with the based on the delivery date, everything. You can send an interface, or else manually you can send every day for them, only the inbound delivery information. So later the truck has received here. Okay, let's take the 3PL warehouse got the truck. Maybe we have any kind of images here, icons, nature, doors. You will have a vehicles. Let's use vehicles. Maybe take this truck. Okay. So for example, there is a truck and you received the stock. Let's go. The goods are arrived here. Maybe we can keep it small goods boxes. You received different type of boxes of materials. So the materials are received here. Material A, B, and C. Okay, A, B, and C. So after they receive, they have storage bins. 3PL warehouse will have their own storage bins. Okay, let's take it here, some racking. So they can have this kind of storage bins. Maybe we can see B04, B03, B02, B01. Okay, just a rack you can check. Maybe C04, C03. Okay, so you have this kind of a racks available here, and ABC material. They can send this ABC material to the respective bin. Okay, so they can take this ABC bin and they place there. So once in their internal system, once they confirm that one, inbound delivery 01 received with ABC material, maybe quantity of 5, 3, 4 and all, then that information will be sent to SAP. Like I mentioned, either mostly nowadays all 3PL companies will use either IDOC or something. Mostly IDOC we will be using. So this information will be sent to SAP. So here auto goods receipt will be posted. Auto goods receipt. Okay. Either you can use inbound delivery or, for example, without inbound delivery also, you can do that one. So we have different types of IDOC types are there. One of the popular thing is like MBGMCR 03. MBGMCR is the IDOC message type. This IDOC message type, one of the things which I see in one of 3PL warehouses, you can get and do the goods receipt automatically in the backend. Okay. So MBGMCR is the IDOC message type, which you can use to do the auto goods receipt. So this system is going to keep the stock in the bin, and that bin information also won't be known to the warehouse in the plant, because the plant mainly knows that plant is mainly keen about how much stock I received and whether it is received against that inbound delivery, how much quantity it is received, those things only. So here we are getting here how auto inbound delivery, how auto goods is telling IBD01 quantity like materials ABC. So just giving an example how the information will be sent. IBD01 material ABC, and the quantity maybe A quantity 3 pieces, 3 pieces, B, okay, B maybe B you have 10 pieces, okay. C you have received 5 pieces. Okay. Like this you can get to know about the quantities. Based on the quantities, system will post the goods receipt automatically. This is about one receive process, how interface will work, how 3PL will take care about the material. Okay, 3 pieces available in C04 and 10 pieces available in B04. All the information will be available in the 3PL warehouse. And mainly the plant is getting the stock, the goods receipt is completed, inbound delivery, material, quantity, the date, all the information will be sent to SAP. It will be automatically posted. Okay. So as part of the initial setup, based on the requirements, based on the budget of the warehouse, the entire project and all, we interfaced material master, because they should have the information, right? We interface the data like material, vendor, okay. Those masters also we can send to from this SAP system to, for example, this is SAP. Okay, we are using SAP here. SAP, and here maybe something 3PL system. So here whatever we are sending, like material, vendor, all the required information we need to interface if you are expecting completely robustic interface thing. So material, vendor, even the purchase order is created, the purchase order number you can send, or else one inbound delivery number you can send. So based on inbound delivery, they will send the goods. But we need to have a validation in 3PL system. If which inbound delivery is completed, they should not do the duplicate goods receipt for again the same inbound delivery. Then IBD01 again they do second thing, then it will come and fail in SAP. Okay, so those kind of validations we need to take care whenever you are working with 3PL warehouses. So what data we are sending? So a 3PL warehouse, what data they need? They need material, they need vendor, they need inbound delivery number or purchase order number to do the goods receipt. Okay, and also they should have a validation in their system, a purchase order quantity of 100. Once the 100 quantity is completed, system will not allow to do the additional goods receipt for them. If they don't keep any tolerance limit, they need to ask them, we received 5 more quantity for the same PO, can you amend the PO? Then this plant, the main SAP team has to change the PO quantity to 100 to 105, so that 105 quantity will be interfaced to 3PL. So either you can change with the PO RD CH. Okay, purchase order you can see PO RD CR1 and PO RD CH. I'm giving IDOC message types. Okay, IDOC type is different. IDOC message type. IDOC type will have this 03 CH03 ending, some numbers will be there. So I'm talking about IDOC message type so that you can understand. So this is the way you can use this IDOC message types to send the information of PO. Material we have math mass. Okay, So this is the way how you work on 3PL interfaces. So 3PL means only there is a operation happens in the 3PL warehouse, the information will be sent to SAP or the main system. So automatically here there is no involvement of any person for this goods receipt because the entire operation is happening here. So only we are updating our main ERP system. This is the purchase order. This is the goods receipt happened. This PO is completed. No more open PO. So this kind of information only we can track in this system, but we don't have to do that inventory things. At what level you can understand now? For the goods receipt, how does happen? The material has come. They do the goods receipt, and that information will be sent every 5 minutes or immediately based on the setup. Mostly you can send the immediate information. So the inbound delivery quantity, everything will come here and you do the goods receipt. Okay. There are inbound delivery specific IDOC types also there, that also you can utilize it. But anyway, it is IM level, right? So you can use this MBGMCR03. MBGMCR is the message type. MBGMCR03 is the IDOC type. Okay. So this is the way how 3PL works. The same thing you can imagine, or you can just map for transfer posting is happening anything here if you have different locations, or else how the sales process can happen. You again same way you send the sales order and outbound delivery, then they do the goods issue, quantity, outbound delivery, everything will be sent to SAP, then you post the goods issue. Okay, so in this way the different inventory transactions happen at the 3PL warehouse, and the data will be sent to SAP. Here the inventory management is become in the back end for SAP here. Okay, the front end is creating PO, creating inbound delivery, or even inbound delivery also. If you are using confirmations, that inbound delivery also will be created automatically. So this is the way how 3PL works, and I hope this video has given you an insight. How does 3PL work, and what are the roles of a consultant in this 3PL? So when you're working as a WM consultant or MM consultant for this project, so what kind of role you will have it? First of all, what are the processes you need to interface, like material, vendor, you have to send. Okay, you need to keep it in interface. The material data always come from SAP to this third-party system, vendor data and purchase order data. So no creation, no changes are possible of purchase order in 3PL. SAP only will make any changes of quantity or anything, material changes, everything. So the data will come to 3PL. 3PL is just store the data from SAP. Okay. And who is the owner of inventory? Inventory 3PL will own that inventory. 100 quantity of PO received 95 or received 92, or any kind of cancellation or any changes, all those things the inventory related 3PL will take the ownership. So when you are designing the process, you need to think all these things like cancellation, changes of quantity. Okay, so goods receipt is done for 90, they cannot send one more goods receipt for 30 quantity, because if PO is only 100. So that kind of validations we need to test. And changing 90 quantity, they cannot change to 85. It will come and fail in SAP. Okay, there we have to use the GR cancellation or the reversal. Okay, what kind of process you are going to follow? For example, you don't want allow partial thing, then they have to cancel 90 and then do the fresh receipt of 85. Okay, or else vendor return process, if you have that 122 related movement type scenario also, you have to keep it. So during this process, the material vendor you have to send, and here you have to take care about the GR cancellation, return. Okay, even if you have any sales process, the sales related transactions, you need to, if you have any customer return receipt, that process. So all these processes with the similar kind of IDOC types, but you need to keep it as part of your testing. This is way how a 3PL works, and I explained goods receipt process, and with this you can work on other processes also. I hope this video has given you enough understanding about 3PL warehouse, and if I come across any different kind of 3PL businesses, definitely I will make videos in the future and keep sharing our videos to reach more people, to help more number of people. Have a good day. Hi friends, good morning everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. In this video, I'm going to tell you about subcontracting process in a different approach. Nowadays, I see different clients are using this process mostly. So the process of sending components from the company, that I'm not seeing. It can be mostly because of the saving shipping charges and the agreement with the vendor and the subcontractor or vendor, whatever you call, and the company. That also can play the key role to take this kind of decision. Okay. What this process is, we always see like create a subcontracting PO and then send the components and all, right? Here the process happens in this way. Okay, here the process is like the two cases. One is sending components. Okay, so the first process is sending components, and second one is receiving final product. Sending components and receiving final product. So sending components, you can see like okay. So receive. I'm using different color just for identification. We are not playing Holi today. Maybe kind of Holy Week. So now sending components, just a different way of sending components, which will save cost, shipping charges, and handling, like even the operation also. You have to create ME2O or whatever you're going to use to send the goods. Okay, all those things can be saved. Okay, favorite yellow. So here you can see the sending components and receiving final product. Normally for sending components, we do this ME2O to send the goods from the factory to, or from the company to vendor. Then you use that process. But if you want to save the cost of shipping and all, you can use this process. But here few negatives or consequences are there that I can explain. So first of all, create a normal standard PO, like how we created to the vendor. But in the delivery address, there is at the bottom, you will see a flag called SC vendor, subcontracting vendor. Put the checkbox and keep the subcontracting vendor so that the delivery address will be changed to subcontracting vendor address. Okay. So once the goods are received to the subcontracting vendor place, you have to perform the goods receipt based on your design, and based on if you have put one person, he's your major subcontracting vendor and he receives every day few goods receipts, then maybe you can allocate one SAP person, or else one person from your company sitting there, and he will do the performance of goods receipt. Once the goods receipt is goods are arrived, he can verify and do the goods receipt, because every day tens of, or at least 5 or 6 10 purchase orders are receiving. so that you want to keep a person to ensure that stock, how much you are receiving, how much you are keeping everything. So based on the volume, you can take it. If you don't have a proper volume, then definitely we have to go with the relation. The subcontracting vendor has to tell that I received 95 pieces. Based on that, you can do the goods receipt in your office. Okay. So based on your volume and based on situations, you can take a decision. And once you have done the goods receipt, the stock will be at the subcontractor. Okay. Under O special stock, if you go to MMBE, you will see stock provided to vendor. Under that, you can see the stock. So components are received without any additional efforts. Vendor X has given to subcontractor. Maybe he is the vendor Y or subcontractor X. I'm just using vendor and subcontractor, both are almost same, and not almost same only, but here he is making your finished good or semi-finished good by assembling or by making by mixing, whatever, he is getting that product. In case of normal vendor word, we use it, he is giving you directly the product without any kind of other things. You are paying $100, he is giving you the product like that. Maybe subcontractor X or subcontractor Y. So now components are available. So you will create subcontracting PO to your subcontractor, and he will directly send you the goods. Once you perform the goods, is you take next PO. Then what kind of things will happen once you perform the goods receipt? Final product comes to the stock, and stock at subcontractor will be consumed. The component stock at subcontracting will be consumed. Okay, I will give some dark orange. Okay. Stock at subcontracting will be consumed, and final product will be coming. So this is what happens when you do the process. Here only difference is we are not sending the components from the factory, and we are asking a vendor X to send the goods to subcontractor, so that it will save your time, and the materials are receiving. Then again, your warehouse member, the company's warehouse member has to go there and receive, keep it in the stock, and then again pick the goods and send to the subcontractor. This entire process of time, the cost will be reduced, the shipping charges will be reduced, and 2 times shipping. Receiving already you're paying to the main vendor, and again to send to them also, that cost will be involved. Okay, that can be reduced. And the handling time, for example, to receive the 100 pieces, they spend 2 hours of time, and sending the same 100 pieces to subcontracting, they will spend 2 more hours, 4 hours of time you are going to save. So all these kind of benefits will be there. Not kind of negative or kind of a consequence. Of pros and cons always will be there, any process, but we need to decide. The pros are 70%, 80%, consequences are 20%. Then you can take decision, because 100% pros we will not see in most of the cases. Okay, what are the consequences? Sometimes I saw in my experience of different clients. So the subcontractor receives 100 pieces, but he will say like 97 only received, or 2 pieces are damaged. What we do? Okay, you can scrap it. So these kind of issues may happen, but when you are having like a trustable subcontractor, you are having a long relation, this can be avoided. Okay, if you are having a huge kind of a volume of procurement with respect to subcontractor, then of course you can go for you can appoint one clerk, maybe any junior or kind of person who will sit there, and he will ensure that how much quantity is received. Yes, 98, then he will do the goods receipt. That can be done if you have a huge volume of subcontractor. You cannot keep every day 2-3 purchase orders are coming. You cannot keep a person to sit there, right? So that you need to have, based on the volume, a lot of quantities are getting received, then you can appoint, or else you can give that someone has to take care, and we can pay the charges of that receiving, verification, the insure and all. So from your side. So this is the way, this is one of the things, like most of the cases we receive, create subcontracting PO, send the components from the factory, ME2O, like that we learn, right? But here, this is the different way how you can send the components. Receiving a final product is same like what we learned in different videos, but sending components is a different way. So this will save the cost, shipping cost. It will save the handling and manpower. So a lot of benefits will be there. The consequences I told you, right? There may be reliability of the subcontractor. If they say anything, two pieces are missing or one piece, that vendor will say, no, I sent 100. He will say, like, I received 97. So these kind of things we need to handle properly. Then most of the profits are more, like the benefits are more in this process. I hope you learned different kind of sending components. You can practice in your system, and you would have already watched our subcontracting process with different scenarios. And keep learning, and always keep sharing knowledge with other videos, other trainer or other content creator videos, or else your own documents or videos. Be happy and be safe. Have a good day.